Hi, I'm Angelina Musik, and I am the co-founder and CEO of Intelligent Netwear, a media marketing and web tech company, founder of Wellness by Choice and Momtrepreneurs, and creator of the Enterprising Women's Project. The Enterprising Women's Project is what I want to talk to you about today. It is a project designed to empower enterprising women who would like to grow their visibility and credibility, their reach and their impact on a greater scale. Provide them with the tools, the training, and the opportunities to do just that. I want to introduce some of those women who are already a part of this project that I'm very proud of. These women I've personally come to know, like, and trust, and then accept into the project. It has been a fabulous sisterhood of amazing women who've been able to support each other, encourage each other, work with each other. The main thing is these enterprising women are proficient. They know their stuff. They are practiced. They have the knowledge, the competence, the experience. And their goal is to grow greater, grow their business, grow their impact, grow their revenue, grow their opportunities. And that's what the Enterprising Women Project offers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through my own story on my backstory, my business, and things that I have achieved. So it makes sense, everything that I'm doing here. This is nothing new for me to do. So I'm going to go to my laptop. I was born and raised in Germany. My mom was 17 when she had me, and here is my grandmother, and my sister came along a few years later. My dad, my stepdad, came into my life when I was 3 years old. He's the only dad I've ever known, and he hails from Guam. He had moved to Germany. He was working in the army in medicine, and that is how he met my mom. And so having two different cultures growing up, well, I guess in essence, eventually three, because I immigrated to the US when I was 14. So Guamanian culture, German culture, and then American culture. And so a couple years ago, Dad passed away, and I had the opportunity to then meet my brother, and this is my sister all grown up, who I am very proud of as a nurse working at the VA. So this is my CD. I had an album that I produced. I did not know how producing an album worked in Houston in the mid-90s. I had a band. I was a praise and worship leader, and I thought, let's see what it takes to produce an album. And so I went through that process by myself. I wish I would have had someone to mentor me so that I could reduce my mistakes along the way. I learned a lot. I made it through just fine. Eventually, the cassette, before it became a CD, sold about 30,000 in Europe as a solo artist. My husband, Daniel, and we have been married for over 20 years. We met in 1999. Online while I was in hiding, fleeing a crazy ex. From that perspective, he was very helpful in connecting me to a shelter program in Washington State, and we came together as a team, and we've worked as a team since then, as best friends, as business partners, and as a husband and wife. So this is a photo at the Red Dress Society event. It was the first one that I launched. And here you will see that he's behind the camera as I'm checking on the lighting, and everybody at the event before we have the award ceremony is observing our interaction with each other as a team as they eat dinner. So when we moved from Washington State to San Antonio, it was then taking what I started in 1990 called Momtrepreneurs, which was mentoring, marketing, training, and promoting women in business, moms in business. We put technology behind it. So here I am with Anne-Catherine, and she, I could dub her our French momtrepreneur. And so we're having a one-on-one session about her business, and we have Carrie, the hat lady, who literally her station wagon was like lopsided when she drove up to our driveway from out of town. And she just spent all day with her hats all over the living room and my office, as you can tell there. So we did one-on-one to then the enterprising and the momtrepreneurs luncheons, where the women would network with each other. They would introduce each other in front of a camera. We'd film it. And then the Momtrepreneurs radio show was born. And then I would get print marketing for these women and myself. So on a regular basis in the San Antonio Woman magazine, their faces would be along mine, and it was a stage for me to market them and recognize them, because that was the way that people got to see you on a consistent basis. So just like, you know, with Phoenix magazine here, last year, 2020, it was on a consistent basis. How do we have locals see us, get to know us, become familiar with our faces? So when we do have the conference, they're like, oh yeah, now I go get to see the women in person that I've seen in print for the last year. So that consistency is really important. Now this is in the early 2000s. So again, I'm just taking what I did back then that worked and rebooting it now during this time in my life. And so then I have the women on the Angelina show, and I went to their place of business and I filmed them in their environment so they could share and demonstrate more of who they were. And I loved doing that. So the Angelina show was both the radio and the TV and the events, and putting all of these aspects together. Again, leading by example. I'm not going to ask you to do something that I haven't already done. I've done, learned, refine that process. I know better, learn better because of it and going through it. So it saves our women in this project time, money, heartache to get to where they want to go. So what we have here is the Angelina show in its different forms. And then I become a resource on other people's TV shows and radio shows and morning shows, from local in San Antonio to California to Trinity Broadcasting Network to NBC's iVillage, and it continues because they look up who you are before they ask you to be on a program. When producers of TV and radio shows are looking for expert resources, they go to the search engine and they type in an expert that they are looking for in their geographic area or on a national scale. And if they've heard about you, been introduced to you, and they put in your name, then they need to see that you have the evidence of being competent enough to be interviewed on their show. And that's what the Enterprising Women's Project offers. It offers the visibility, the credibility, the training, and putting all these collateral marketing materials together. So when we have the Enterprising Women's Conference in 2021, in April 2021, the women in this project, I will be interviewing in a talk show format, just like I used to do back then. And then the women will stand up just like in a TED Talk format, and they will talk with the live audience, not just speak to the live audience, but talk with and engage with the live audience. And we will be live streaming that conference and you doing that, and we will be taking pictures. So after the event, not only do the women have, you know, the designations of being an Entrepreneur magazine and any other publication that I promote our project in, but they also have the collateral material that shows the video and the photos of them being on the Angelina talk show, the videos and the photos of speaking to a live audience in a TED Talk format. There's this ongoing collection or gathering of these collaterals that can go to their own website and their own marketing materials, so that when there is a segment producer looking for an expert, and whether you pitch yourself or I pitch you or they find you online, when they go to your website, they see that you have this collateral material that gives them the confidence you are capable, you are competent, and you are confident. So when you're on their radio show or TV show, it will just go so smooth, and it will be a benefit for that show and for you, and most importantly for the audience, for the viewers. So soon it led to speaking engagements. So for me being in the print in the San Antonio Woman magazine, for me doing the events in San Antonio, for me doing my radio show and TV show and filming others and folding them in, to then being on other people's network primetime TV shows, then we've got speaking opportunities that come out of that. And this whole integrative approach gained the attention of the Small Business Administration, because I was growing my business by helping women grow their business, and then they were helping others grow their business. So it's kind of like that little Russian doll. You've got all these different pieces, and one begets the other, begets the other, begets the other. And so it's that fabulous impartation of not just the knowledge and the experience and the products and the services, but the successes that are moving forward because of this journey. So these are the SBA Awards for momtrepreneurs, being recognized on a state level and a regional level, which is the 5 states. I will say that I share these awards with Daniel because as a team, it's both of us working together, just in different capacities. So if I had it my way, his name would be etched alongside this. I think that's really important to recognize those people who are behind the scenes and part of the team. Now, this pause for the last 16 years, and why I reference this reboot that I'm in right now, is because a month after receiving these SBA Awards in June 2004, July 2004, I suffered a traumatic brain injury in a car wreck that I was in. And that was 5 days before I was filming for a national network TV show through Mark Burnett Productions. And that opportunity would not be realized after all because my brain was that hurt. And so here is an example of what my brain fires like when it comes to the PTSD that I have struggled with over the years. So to live and to work with PTSD, that's another video in itself. And what I appreciate about all the women in this Enterprising Women's Project, we have a safe place to be transparent with each other. So if we end up having challenges like I do with my PTSD, I can share that with them and know that it's not going to be held against me. It's not viewed as a weakness, it's viewed as an attribute that I have to navigate around. And sometimes I do more successfully than others. And the grace and the patience of these women is bar none. I am so proud that they are part of this project, and privileged and honored that they would be a part of this project. So here we go past the brain, and now it's time to start rebooting. So in that process, let's see, here we go. Okay. We moved to Oregon, and but beforehand I became Mrs. Southwest Texas. Well, I was going back and forth. I lived in Texas and lived in Oregon. In the process, became Mrs. Southwest Texas. What I really had fun with in this regard is using the tiara for the Red Dress Society Angel Awards. So the Red Dress Society Angel Awards recognizes women behind social causes and nonprofits. And the goal is to have them go through a process, and in that process, which really markets them, they gather a collection of case studies and client testimonials, which often they lack in their own marketing collateral. to get grant monies and to get sponsors to fund more of the good work that they are doing. So the Red Dress Angel Award process helps them do that. And then we have an event and they get Angel Awards, and then I share my tiara because it's just fun. It's just fun to do that. And here Daniel and I were recognized in one of the magazines in San Antonio, a couple campaigns for social causes through Angel Awards. Again, going back to teamwork. Okay, well, this is me when I was a munchkin, and I have, you know, my little medical toy kit that I'm playing with because Dad worked at the hospital. So he always brought stuff home from the hospital. But truly, having a passion for health and wellness and medicine has always been there for me. So with our media marketing and tech company, over the years, we've helped a lot of independent physician practices grow and help more patients in their community. And this is me filming one of our clients actually doing a pro bono surgery on one of the ladies that I was helping. So this was a lot of fun to be in the OR filming this and documenting this along the way. And working with these physicians, again, it's using the skill set, interviewing them as a talk show host, and then taking that footage, airing it on TV, and then also web syndicating it online so it comes up in the search engine. So this is Dr. Webb, and this is Dr. Diana, who is now a sci-fi author, which is pretty awesome. And Wellness by Choice is really the expansion of my passion of curating introductions between companies and products and services that help us live smart, healthy, happy, to consumers that want to live smart, health, and happy. So I just kind of curate or match make the two, using the expos and the book and the online platform as a bridge to make that happen. After 16 years of not really doing much in the public arena, I was doing stuff behind the scenes, but not like I was in 2004 before the head injury. Now it was time for me, I felt, to go ahead and reboot, relaunch, and have a comeback.
What are you passionate about?
Taking people to the next level and where they want to go and helping them get there, because it's scary when you want to do more and you're not really sure how to do more through what you love to do.
And so in 2018, we had closed our office and we decided to go on the road to meet the enterprising women and those that would be part of Wellness by Choice face to face. As always, I was going to share the stage. For me, it's a privilege to be able to market, to promote, and to help accelerate the success of the women in the Enterprising Women's Project. If the Enterprising Women's Project resonates with you and you want to make an impact on a greater scale, you want to grow your business, and you want to be with like-minded women from here on out consistently, then consider participating in it. By taking their products, their expertise, and their programs and letting more people become familiar with them and with that offering that they have. Whether they're an author or an expert or a product developer, having them speak about their backstory, which teaches us or informs us why they're doing the business that they are doing, why they have that offering, and understandings that they bring to us through their experience, through their competency. And for us to go, you know what, I want to get to know this woman better. I want her to help me in where I want to go in my life or business, benefiting from their offerings. If this type of support and training and marketing will make a difference in your business and your life, text me at 480-440-4740 or go to enterprisingwomensproject.com. Thank you. I'm Angelina, and I look forward to hearing